Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Need some Palo Santo, everybody. I'm Chris. I'm sharing into my group, Find Your High Vibe. I'm also sharing into Dee's group, Turning Your Pain into Power. And so it's funny, when I'm done with these, I usually watch it right back because, morning Cindy, I really can't remember what I said. I mean, I know what I talked about, but I can't remember the specifics of what I said. So I always watch it back to watch my flow and everything. And I realized the last time I was trying that little protection line, morning Kara, I actually got it right yesterday, and I didn't hear myself say it correctly. So the line is, I'm surrounded by the white light of God's love and divine protection. It was surrounded. I am surrounded by the white light of God's love and divine protection. That's like my go-to if I'm ever freaked out about anything. Another one, angels make this simple and easy and awesome. And I know I'm doing that every time I go into the store now. If I have to go anywhere, that's my go-to line. So I've been talking about empaths the last couple of days, and there were a few things I thought I should throw on top of those. So sometimes, it took me a long time to realize this, sometimes you're just going along in your day, everything's fine, and it's like, wow, I just got in a really crappy mood. What the hell just happened? Like, it's all of a sudden, or all of a sudden you're very sad, or all of a sudden you're very confused, whatever it is. That's a sign that you're an empath and you've picked up someone else's shit. So the first thing you can do is say, is that mine? Is this mine? Like, you have to feel that. You have to feel into that. Is this mine? Where did this come from? If it's not yours, then, okay, this isn't mine. Go away. But I forgot to add that part. You have to check in with yourself to see if it's yours. Because energy lingers. Really strong energy lingers wherever it's felt, wherever it occurred. There were a couple places when we were driving around the country, and there were a couple places where all of a sudden I just felt some heavy crap, and I knew it wasn't me. I knew it wasn't mine. I was totally fine. It came out of the blue, and it was just heavy, and I didn't know where it came from, so I let it go. I knew it wasn't mine. Let it go. I'm okay. And sometimes that makes me want to look up the history of crap, but that can get ugly. So remember that if something is just very sudden, and it's not, or you can ask if it's not yours. So that's why being able to feel yourself and being in tune with yourself, that's where it comes in handy, because you never know. Crap comes from everywhere. I know there was a point where I just couldn't do concerts anymore. It was half of the smoke. Remember, you could smoke going into concerts, and then I guess where can you still smoke? Kansas? Concerts just got too much for me. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do huge crowds. And like the store is a lot better now because, well, I always go when there aren't crowds anyway, but can't deal with crowds, and that's part of it. So if you are an empath and you're going into, I don't know where you'd go into a crowded place right now, but it's always good to shield yourself. I am surrounded by the white light of God's love and divine protection. And when you leave a place, you can kind of do that, brushing off your arms, leave it behind. It works. It's your intention that it works. So, and I mentioned I'm doing a self-acceptance challenge in a couple weeks. that kind of helps. When you can figure out what your stuff is, what your normal energy level is, whatever is normal for you, when you can figure that out, then you're better aware of what's happening, what's not yours. What else was there that so I got that line, I got the what's yours, whatever. Okay. So, is that it for the empath thing? So there were a few, there are lists floating around. You're an empath if, and you feel strongly, and you see other people, and you can automatically feel their situation. You feel what they're going through, and I'm not quite sure. I'm on the edge of empath, I think. Highly sensitive, yes. Empath, I don't know. But anyway, it's even if you're not an empath or a highly sensitive person, you need to protect your energy, and it's so much better if you know what is yours. You know what your baseline is. When you're feeling good, what's that feel like? And when you're feeling not so good, what's that feel like? And just get yourself through it with the tools, So yesterday I thought I should make my own spiritual Swiffer. I have to come up with something for that. Something you can just make at home and call it that. But the grounding is always helpful. If you don't have something that you want to swing around yourself, you can always ground and gather up what's not yours in your mind and send that into the earth, and that works. So, empaths, watch your heart, watch your energy, protect yourself, keep the icky stuff out, and be sure you're doing things that fill you up. So walks, reading, music, creative stuff, making things. For creative types, if you're not making something, you're probably destroying something. I think I heard that from Elizabeth Gilbert, but I know I've heard that somewhere else too. And I think that's true for myself. If I'm not making something, chances are I'm destroying something. And in some sense, in some way. So, comment, like, and share. And consider joining my self-acceptance challenge. It's going to be 5 days, June 1st, and there'll be like a daily email, something to think about, something to do, and then that's what I'll be talking about in the morning, just the self-acceptance challenge and how that feels and what it looks like. And I hope you have a lovely Wednesday, and sounds like it's going to be loud around here today. Take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. See you tomorrow.